Welcome, hi! How you doing? Oh, I'm so glad I'm not in Chicago right now. Oh, boy. As a purveyor of Speedlights and an owner of nearly 60 Speedlights, which is absolutely just stupid. Why do I have 60 Speedlights? Well, the old Nikon Speedlights kind of last forever, so I do have quite a few of those. Someone's saying, get to the point. Okay, I'm getting to the point. Now, the new X Pro trigger is not out for the Fujifilm yet. However, I do have it for the Nikon, and I made a video about that last week. It's not any smaller, and actually, some ways, it's actually larger than the old, quote-unquote, this trigger, the X1 series trigger. But it does have a pass-through hot shoe, which also makes it useful for using a remote trigger for hyper-sync flash triggering by doing an offset for triggering some slow T1 time studio strobes, but I digress. But anyway, specifically this video is me stating that I have 4 Godox Speedlights now. They're all 685 units. Excuse me. Yeah, the 685 units for both Nikon and for Fujifilm, and of course you can actually use a Fujifilm trigger to trigger a Nikon Speedlight, or use a Nikon trigger to trigger a Fujifilm Godox Speedlight, vice versa. Somewhat exhausted, I didn't go to sleep till 6 o'clock last night. But anyway, this is my top recommendation for, I like when Nikon came out with that Chinese-made, overpriced SB5000, I mean, I said at the time, there's just no way in hell you should buy one of those things. Position is absolutely unchanged on Yongnuo Speedlights. They are crap. They're junk. I don't even know how they're staying in business relational to Godox, but top recommendation for any Speedlight use. Anybody asks me now for... I've not tried the Canon ones. I assume they work exactly the same, for obvious damn sake, or for Sony. Would be recommend the Godox 685 Speedlight. Plus a wireless trigger set, like on the old trigger set and a Speedlight, the price is like, what, $150? And it's $170 basically for the new X Pro trigger and 685. However, it's not out yet for Fujifilm. It is in some places like Amazon, so it'll very, very, very soon be out for Fujifilm. I like the older trigger for a couple of reasons. However, I do see the advantage of the newer X Pro trigger. It's essentially the same. It was a little bit easier to use the menu system, but when you actually set these up, you're not actually using the menu system on these Speedlights. You do for flash compensation, but not really. But it is a nice feature on the X Pro trigger system. So my only recommendation for Speedlights now is the Godox 685. Now I know someone is going to type in the comments below, why do you not use like the 8600 and whatnot? And I know people in other countries can't get them, but there's just no chance in hell I would ever even consider using Godox strobe units, even though they're compact and have built-in battery packs, over that of the Pulse Buff units behind me, the Alien Bs, the Digibs, ABR 800, the Einstein unit. There's just no chance. A single studio strobe, while it is bulky and does require a damn light stand and does require a power pack, is 1,000 times more useful and versatile than a Speedlight is. It just is, even though it's big and cumbersome and whatnot. Someone was recently, now I hate pro photo crap, by the way, overpriced. Oh my god, I can't believe anybody buys pro photo crap. Just horrible, horrible stuff. Overpriced to hell and back. Someone recently made a YouTube video, and Petapixel posted up, said, look, this is some really expensive pro photo stuff, and we're going to compare it with a couple Speedlights. I think they were Godox Speedlights. And he's using them close in, and of course you couldn't tell the difference. So his point was to say, well, you know, you can get away with using a couple Speedlights and get the same results as you can with a really, really expensive pro photo setup. And while I have no love for pro photo's overpriced junk, it's an absolutely stupid comparison. While that comparison he made was accurate, the point of departure is that you can back that studio strobe up, or back yourself up, or both, and then emit an enormous amount of power from a studio strobe, also with 1,000 times more options for light mods, grids, octoboxes, softboxes, strip boxes, shoot-through umbrella, reflector umbrella, gold umbrella. You know, you just don't do that crap with a damn speed. Even if you had 5 speedlights, you just don't do that. So, yeah, that was what we call a false analogy. But the summation of this video is that the only speedlight I'll recommend to anybody now. It's like, I got a Canon, I just got in a Fujifilm. Now, I do love, actually, Fujifilm's EFX 500 speedlight. I've got 2 of them. There's no radio options for it. You have to buy 2 of the speedlights, which is absurd, to have a wireless option, and even then it's only optical wireless option. The Fujifilm speedlight is a more simple menu system than the Godox. The Godox system is really just a little bit on the stupid side. It's not that complicated at all, not compared to a Nikon speedlight. But the bass-backwards design of the menu system on the Godox speedlights, you can learn it in a few minutes, but it is pretty stupid. But they're reliable and they're tough, and I've used them extensively now, so the only recommended speedlight I would make for anybody with a camera system or getting into a new camera system, and they ask me about a speedlight system, I'll just say get a Godox 685 and a radio trigger. And of course this unit is being replaced. I don't know if it's being entirely replaced, but replaced by the X Pro trigger, which I have, like I said, for Nikon. But yeah, this and the X Pro trigger, one of these. I should have brought the X Pro trigger out, which I have, you know, for 170 bucks, and that'll make anybody happy. It's very, very cheap. Actually, if money were no object, and of course it is, I like the Nissin Speedlights and triggers a lot better, but they cost a lot more money. But it is a lot smaller. The trigger is smaller. The speedlight is smaller. I absolutely prefer the Nissin units for Fujifilm. Those are true radio, wireless HSS, TTL triggers. It has as much power as the 685, but it's less than half the size of this unit, and that's really nice for travel. But like I said, it is really rather expensive. You could get a trigger and a speedlight for Godox, and you can actually get three speedlights and a trigger from Godox for the price of one trigger and a speedlight in the case of the Nissin i60A. But Nissin is my favorite, but it's 3 times the price. So there we go with that. So that is my recommended speedlight going on down the road here. Nikon screwed themselves. They charged a higher price. They started making their speedlights in China, which is the first time they've done that on their Pro speedlights. It's lesser quality. The SB5000 is just which I tested extensively, made videos about it. Don't recommend it to anybody. That horrible price. The Nikon SB5000 speedlight has actually been a horrible seller for Nikon. I know that for a fact. Also, too, very importantly, since I have it sitting here, the Godox PB960. Any speedlight, doesn't matter who makes it, is not going to be sufficient for shooting bursts for wedding and photojournalism, action, events. You know, a pocket full of batteries isn't going to cut it, because the most important thing that nobody gets about a speedlight, no matter who makes it, is recycle time. Recycle time, no matter you're using the most powerful in-a-loop batteries, the 2640 milliamp, which I got a bag of those little bastards right here. It just can't recharge the capacitor fast enough. You have to have an external power pack too. Boom, 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 boom. You can't do that with all the batteries in the world. You got to have a power pack. Little cord, plug you right here. There you go. You plug it here, and then you get boom, 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 boom. Machine gun it. People say, why do I need a really fast recycle time on my speedlight? And then I go, you've obviously never shot an action, shoot, an event, or a photography event. I mean, photography, not the actual reception, not the actual wedding itself in the chapel, but the actual reception where you are allowed to use flash photography. People ask that question. I've never done that photography before because it's so incredibly important. Really fast recycle time. Without it, you're missing the shot. Period. So there we go. These are really cheap too, by the way. Do you know how much a quantum turbo pack is? Which is basically what this is. I mean, quantum turbo pack costs 4.5 times as much as one of these. the Godox. This is the PB960. So there we go. My only recommendation for Speedlight and Power Pack now is Godox. Boom. Yeah, I'm a little bit exhausted. A little bit exhausted. I probably shouldn't have eaten cashew butter before making this video. I keep smacking you. It's because I ate cashew butter before making this video. The most evil substance on planet Earth. It is so sadistically tasteful. Oh my god. Make your tongue beat your brains out. What yummy stuff it is. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. До свидания. Hasta luego. Увидимся and aloha, girlfriend. Do 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 do.